can't they? Richard Pugh, what do you think?
These are just incredible occasions, Ruby. They really, really are. You just feel it here. Everybody's in position. We're all watching for one thing. Perhaps we're not supposed to, but at this stage, we really, really are. She's heading for 16. She's already bypassed immortality. It is simply a wonderful, wonderful occasion. When we do this job, we hope to fall across equine superstars. In our generation, this is one, and we want to enjoy. As I said at the top of the show, everyone counted up for a while to 15. Now we're counting down. There are a small number of times that we are going to see Honeysuckle again. This is one of the days that we are, and I for one am going to enjoy every second of it, every blade of grass she covers, every hurdle she covers, because you're very aware that we may not see another to do what she has done this far, whatever she does from here, and we are about to find out, because the Paddy Power Champion Hurdle Grade 1 contest is underway, and it is San Roa who goes on towards flight number 1. Adagio is second, and Honeysuckle sits third with plenty of light on the outside. Tehupo and Robert Power, who has set off for his final race, is fourth towards the outside as they clear flight number 1. Durasso's towards the inside, and Echoes and Rain is last of the group. They come up to pass the stands first time, and San Roa's going to make it a test. He's gone on now. He's gone on by half a dozen lengths or so, being followed in second by Adagio. There's 2 or 3 lengths further back to Honeysuckle, who sits in isolation in third. Tehupo is next. Durasso is last but one, and Echoes and Rain is last of the 6 as they go up the hill to make their way on now towards flight number 2. And out in front, San Roa still out in front. The Mount of Markwash over from in second. Adagio third is Honeysuckle. Tehupo sits 4, and a break back behind these to Durasso, and last of the group as they turn to leave the stands behind them is a winner here last year, Echoes and Rain. They go now towards the flight at the top of the track. San Roa over in front from Adagio, with Honeysuckle just going through on the outside to possibly take over the 2-3, and they're being chased back in 4 by Tehupo, who's on the inside of Durasso and Luke Dempsey, and Echoes and Rain is last of all. So they take the descent now, bringing them on down towards flight number 4, and out in front San Roa, who has been 21 lengths behind Honeysuckle, 9 lengths behind Honeysuckle, and 7 lengths. He's getting closer with every single shot that he takes at her. In second is Adagio, who is 8th at Cheltenham behind Honeysuckle. She sits third. Trying to keep an eye on this leader is Rachael. You can see by her, she's just trying to keep the gap a little closer than it has been in the early part of this race. There's another break of 4 back to the 4th running Tehupo. Further back behind these is Durasso, and last of all is Echoes and Rain. So they turn across the far side of the track now, and the gap is down to about 2 to 3 lengths. It is in favour of San Roa. Honeysuckle sits second, and third is Adagio. They're being chased in 4 by Tehupo. A couple of lengths further back to Durasso as they clear the path. His first mistake there. San Roa just hit the top bar there, but continues across now towards the second flight along the back straight with the advantage of a couple of lengths to Honeysuckle in second. Adagio is third, Tehupo is 4, Durasso is last but 1, and Echoes and Rain brings up the rear as they go now towards the flight right across the far side of the stands, and it is San Roa who is going to lead over from Honeysuckle in second. Barry, Mark set off with real intent here. Rachael went to cover the move. It's all set up.
It is. Mark with a good gallop, made a little mistake down the back, but Rachel's perfectly positioned, looks really comfortable. Robert Power's travelling nicely just behind on Tehupo. Adagio looks to be struggling. Durasso looks flat to the boards. Echoes and Rain does travel well, but is a keen going sort, but Rachel looks very comfortable on Honeysuckle.
She is 5 furlongs ahead of her. She has 3 flights left to jump in the Paddy Power Champion Hurdle, and it's San Roa who leads from Honeysuckle, who's right there in second. Tehupo is right in her slipstream. Towards the inside is Adagio, then Durasso, and Echoes and Rain is next. Over the next big jump, Honeysuckle on the outside. On the inside is San Roa, getting closer. Echoes and Rain ridden along now. Tehupo, Adagio's on the inside, and Durasso's just behind them. They make their way towards the flight before they turn in. San Roa from Honeysuckle, who's now asked for effort on the outside. It's not instant today. San Roa travels strongly. Honeysuckle has to pick up now. She has to battle. Echoes and Rain has gone strongly into third. In fourth behind these is Adagio. Now up on the outside, Honeysuckle comes to challenge San Roa. She might just have to battle today, but she's gone to the front, and it's Honeysuckle now who's taken over from on the far side. San Roa, Echoes and Rain is back in third as the race towards the final flight. It's Honeysuckle who leads by a couple of lengths. 2 in second spot. On the near side is Echoes and Rain, but they come towards the final flight. It's Honeysuckle from Echoes and Rain over the last in front, and it's Honeysuckle who leads. It's almost Honeysuckle, and inside the closing stages with a nod to previous generations. This is our champion. This is the best that we've seen in a long time. Honeysuckle, the champion, signs off another season in style in the Paddy Power Champion Hurdle. She's done it again. She always does it. Echoes in rain a second. Tight trade between Durasso and Sanois. Adagio was next, and then the final one to go by, and a farewell to Robert Power at the end of a wonderful career from him. But we have a little more left in Honeysuckle. She absolutely had to take a little deeper today than normal as Honeysuckle was put under pressure by Sanois. But these are the occasions, these are the moments, these are the reasons we come racing. For Rachael and for Honeysuckle, she has delivered. She has lifted Punchestown. It's 16. It's a season out on grass, and back to see her one more time next time around.
Oh, she is the queen, Richard Pugh, and a sigh of relief from Rachael Blackmore. Her jumping was impeccable this afternoon, Barry Geraghty, and she needed one more at the last.
Oh, she was brilliant. She pings the third last, jumps the second last one for a second here, but as soon as Rachael gets after her, she picks up straight away. She gets alongside St. Roy and she gets the better of him. She puts her head in front, she pulls away. It was a really, really taken performance again, and she, like you say, she's only doing as much as she has to do.
Only as much as she has to, but going to the last, I thought she needed a jump, but Rachael Blackmore's with Katie. You can ask her, Katie.
Rachel, absolutely brilliant. 15 from 15, this makes it 16. A mare of a lifetime.
Yeah, she's just really, really phenomenal. Henry does some job with her, producing her like this every single day. Yeah, she was brilliant. Like, we went fair gallop early on, and yeah, look, she's just, when you turn in her and you ask her to find another gear, like, it's some feeling for a jockey.
I can only imagine, because to be fair to Mark, like, you went a really good gallop from the get-go. Were you a little bit, when they went up the straight the first time, were you a bit like, ooh, Mark is just as after sneaking a couple of lengths in us?
Yeah, but look, I've utmost confidence in her too. So, look, I'm glad I'm talking to you now. I was joking with Pugby yesterday, saying there'll be no fairy tales tomorrow. So, look, it's fantastic to see him. I hope he gets as big as a cheer walking back in as we get. He's been so mad having to wear him, so we'll all be sad to see him go.
Absolutely, he's been an absolute star, and he's getting a great reception here behind us as well. But I'm afraid, Rachel, it's all about you and it's all about Honeysuckle right now. It was just unbelievable. I mean, to be associated with her, and what makes it all so beautiful is the fact that you really appreciate her.
Oh, look, I just, jockeys want to get on good horses, but she brings that to a whole other level. This is, getting to ride something like Honeysuckle is what people dream of, and not every jockey gets a sniff of that in their career. So I'm so lucky to be riding her, and she's really just incredible. And it's fantastic for Kenny Alexander as well. Like, I know he knows how lucky he is as well.
Well, it's great, and you can see everyone is so appreciative of it. But coming down to the last 2 days, what were you thinking?
I suppose when we turned in, I did have to ask her for that gear, and she found it, and sure, away we went then. And she just does what she has to. She can always feel. I can always feel when there's something coming, because she can sense it too, and she kicks on. So.
To win a champion heart with a crowd this year, that must have been special, and then go on to win a Gold Cup for Henry as well. What a phenomenal week with the crowds. It made it extra special.
Yeah, look, it's all about the crowd. Like, the crowd are what bring the atmosphere, and geez, I was at something the other day, and someone introduced me as the Cheltenham Gold Cup and champion hurdle winning jockey of this year, and like, when you hear your name following up with that sentence, like, it's hard to comprehend it all.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Pretty damn cool.
Rachel, I don't know about you, but if I was after riding 16 winners in Honeysuckle back in my home crowd here at the end of the season in Punchestown, I'd be going down in front of that stand and giving them a wave and giving the people what they want, because they're all here to see you and they're all here to see her, so go do it.
I'll 100% will, because you do it, you don't.
Well done.
Thanks, Katie.
Well, Honeysuckle might be heading off down in front of the stand, but Robert Power has returned to a raucous reception as well, and he deserves it, Barry.
He does. He's there for Brian Axon, owns Rob Carr, owns these horses. He's got a great connection with him, but a great connection with Jesse, as he said himself.